Um,
Yo, what's up, Meech?
yo, what's good, Pike? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing good, man. I cannot complain. I can't complain. Doing pretty good. Hold
That's
on,
beautiful.
let me pull up scope. Um, what else?
Let's go. How are you? How are you?
What's good, scope? How you
I'm
doing
great,
today?
thanks for asking, man.
Pretty good. Nice, nice, nice.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear
What's
it.
up, stream? What's up,
Yo,
podcast? Hey.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So, now if you guys didn't already get the questions from earlier, pretty much the question is, like, I guess how often, like, if you're on Nofap, I guess is the first question, and how often do you get wet dreams if you already had one before, and what does it do to you when he does happen? Like, how do you feel like moving throughout the days?
I will let Scope go first.
All right, all right. So we on day 140 plus Nofap, of
Oh,
course, of course.
hey, okay.
No, so wet dreams. I I would say I get them when I start fantasizing or start falling into periods where I'm just down bad.
Mm, no,
I
I hear you.
guess
I hear you.
they don't happen often, but when they happen, I find I wouldn't count them as a relapse myself, but I do notice I have some like drain
Mm,
afterwards.
okay. And would you say that that drain is kind of a I wouldn't even I guess a placebo effect? Like is it just because hey, look,
Maybe.
you released, or do you feel like it's like because you actually like it's actually because you really released, like because you had a wet dream? Like have you ever thought too much about it, or have you just kind of been going about it kind of like nonchalant, hey, look, it happens kind of thing?
Uh, when it happened, I kind of just went about it nonchalant. Like, just it happened. Wasn't aware of it. Meh. But I just felt fatigued throughout the
Mm,
day.
I got you. Okay. All right. And Pike, what about you?
Well, I usually I don't have a lot of wet dreams. I would say it's a pretty rare occasion I get wet
Okay.
dreams, and I think it's I agree with Scope there. It only really happens when I have days where I fantasize or
Mm,
where I really have a strong urge. Um, and when it happens, I'm not sure. It's it kind of depends because some days when I have a wet dream, I wake up pretty happy because I feel like it's a sign of healing, right? I feel like, oh, it's cool. I've been able to hold it in for so long, or like not relapse, that my body is being like, oh, we're going to release naturally now, which is like ultimately the goal, right? Because
mm,
we like all of it happening naturally and not induced by some external effed up stimuli.
mm. Right.
Um, so intellectually, I always feel happy, but emotionally, sometimes there is a drain. There's a drain and unfortunately temptation. I
Mm.
think sometimes after a wet dream, I would I would get stronger urges even. This
Really?
sometimes
Okay.
happens to me.
Hmm. Dang, that's very strange. Okay. Hmm. Honestly, I could definitely relate without a doubt with both of your scenarios to where I definitely feel like slightly strained, eh, or slightly drained, should I say? And I was constantly like trying to think: is it because I am thinking that hey, look, I released, or is it because that it was just the buildup, and it happened naturally, and oh man, it's kind of whatever nonchalant, and
Mm.
it's a weird. It's definitely a weird feeling because I will agree with you that my urges would be like stronger that day without a doubt. That day and probably the next day as well, maybe the next few days, and it could just be hey look it's just natural, it's just within our biology, and when we do end up like releasing, and it's not even I think it's just because when we release it naturally, or let it release naturally, that the urges are stronger because it's kind of like bringing you back to that mindset of hey look, you're a man, this is what you're built to do, you're built to like to reproduce and whatnot.
Mm.
um so I don't know. It could be that. I definitely want to like actually look up any studies that may, offer some information about this, and then I'll probably bring it back onto the next podcast for a little bit. But other than that, like, that's pretty much all I can really say to it, bro. I appreciate you guys sharing. Hold on, I'm gonna go through the chat real quick. Then you got a lot. What's up? Since I last watched you, man. Hey, look, just gotta keep building. Takati, for real.
That's no fat perk.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta keep building. Okay, so the other thing that I was going to talk about, and I have this like written in my notes, was although we all talked about a little bit of, hey, look, being addicted to pornography as well as, just fapping in general. The other questions I have has to do with, was that the only thing that you like had an addiction to? And if not, what else is there? Like, what else do you struggle to break your addiction from? It could be anything from like, drugs, alcohol, social media, it could be anything like that. Yo, DMG, I appreciate your sub, bro. Thank you. But yeah, like, if you guys have, like, this goes to anybody in the chat, or in the audience, like, if you have any particular addictions or things that you struggle with, like, feel free to share. Like, what exactly are they?
Oh, I think it's a beautiful question, actually, and because thinking back about it, when I was unfortunately strongly addicted to pornography, it wasn't only pornography. It was like a package, right? It seemed as if the unhealthy lifestyle came along with smoking and alcohol, unfortunately. Yeah, and but interestingly enough, the moment I started doing Nofap, and like engaging with the Nofap community and the people, I realized it's not just about Nofap. It's about you, right? It's about self-love. It's about self-respect. And the moment you kind of realize it, and your focus goes to, I am worthy of love, and not of some external effed up a company like doing movies or stuff.
Right.
You also realize, but wait, I'm also worthy of like being a healthy human being.
Absolutely.
I don't need to smoke. I need to destroy myself or drink alcohol, right?
For sure, bro. 100%. And I'm glad you came to the realization, bro. You're one of many. You're one of many. And then Scopes, do you have anything?
Yeah, so I've been streaming, and for like background, okay, yeah, that's just background stuff. So one of my addictions that I've been struggling for the past year was nicotine, and someone would come on my stream, try to get me to stop, and there's no way someone else can really make you stop something until you decide to do it yourself.
Right.
Really.
That's true.
And so it was like last week, I just threw it away. Easy. GG easy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Yes. But I got over that. And there are definitely withdrawal's not fun.
I feel that. I hear you.
I thought if I could, if I can cold turkey Nofap and pornography, I could probably do that with nicotine.
Respect, Scope. It's beautiful that you stopped. Really, I feel you.
Hog champ moment right there.
Yeah, big Pog chance. You already know, bro. You already know. That's what's up, bro. Respects to you, for real. So when you were struggling with this addiction, did you happen to seek any professional help? And how did you feel about professional help? Like, this could be like from doctors, this can be from therapists, because this can also be from friends and family and whatnot. Like, what did you guys do to when you were having that struggles? I guess, what was your like solid time or solid moment to where you actually had a wake up call, I guess you could say?
No, Scope, you go first.
All right. I think it's when I started seeing physical damage, like my teeth were starting to get gray. That was really worrying, so that's really my breaking point. I talked to my friends a bit about it, We quit together actually.
Word,
So that was
bro.
fun.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So did you ever did you ever seek any professional help or anything like that? You just kind of you guys just came to
No.
realization. It was like more of
I
physical
was kind of
appearance.
too ashamed.
I hear you on
Too
that.
ashamed to really tell my doctor.
I hear you on that. No, for sure.
Stuff.
Go ahead, Pike. What were you gonna
Yeah.
say?
Oh, well, surprising. I don't think surprisingly. Well, I had a new family member coming, my little brother.
Mm. Oh, okay.
And so throughout the journey, I was actually pretty alone, right? I didn't have people that I knew. I never talked with them about it because all of them saw it as something normal.
Mm.
And generally speaking, the environment I was in school, they would like laugh at you if you mentioned Nofap. But when my little brother came, it was so beautiful, right? Because I saw him and I was like, this little guy will look up to me one day, right?
Right.
So he will look up to my physique. If I work out, he will look up to my discipline. He'll look up to everything. And one day he will be like, I want him to say, I want to be like my big brother. And I realized, but who am I, right? I mean, your big brother is a porn addict. And when I realized that, I was like, I gotta get my shit together. I can't be like I am right now for a little kid growing up and looking up to me. I have to be the best self that I can ever be for this little guy to look up to. So this was kind of my motivation, and what made me, what gave me strength, exactly.
Damn, bro. Hey, that's beautiful. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Your boy was kind of getting some waterworks, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because honestly, man, I think that's something that really everybody should really think about, especially if they have, young ones around them, or if they plan to have kids in the future. I think it's very important that you consider the next generations to come, because your problems, they're fixable, but you just have to say that you're going to fix them, or you're going to put in the work and the effort to change them. And if you don't, then the next generation to come, they're gonna see you, they're gonna judge you by, or they're going to learn by it and take it and struggle with it for themselves. And that could be their breaking point. That could be to where like they just give up on everything and they can't live without it. So I think that is a very beautiful reason to change yourself and just do the best you can to improve who you are and stop whatever bad habits that you have, bro. But respect to you both for that. Oh, here's one. So this, I think, will benefit a lot of people. Are there any practices that have helped you during this journey? So obviously, okay. Okay, when I say practices, I mean, what did you have to do within the time that you used to use to fap and whatnot? What did you do the opposite of, or what did you do to to keep your mind off of those urges that you're feeling, or those thoughts that you're feeling? Like, do you do anything in particular to throw those thoughts off track, to where let's say if you're just working out, let's say you take cold showers, let's say you do something, I guess, to stray away from it. What are some practices that you guys have done in order to, I guess, strengthen your focus on just your Nofap journey?
Go ahead, Scope.
All right. So cold showers is definitely a really good one if you're really feeling down. Like the other day, because I'm in a flatline right now, I found that a cold shower was really good to just get in the present moment and just help with urges and that flatline, just be really present. But for I think meditating, self-awareness, whenever I would get an urge, I would kind of, instead of trying to stray away from it, I would embrace it. And I don't know how to explain this. Transmute it, I guess, as energy into like creativity, or if I had to study something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Meditation.
I totally got you on that. Yeah, for sure. Like, honestly, I totally agree. Meditation is definitely a really, really great practice that everyone should get into in order to bring themselves back down to earth, where their thought, because obviously whether you're doing a specific task or you're you're just kind of going about your day, or if you're just sitting in silence, your thoughts tend to run wild. And when you like start meditating, and if anyone who doesn't know how to meditate, it's to where you are strictly focusing on your breathing for the most part. That's like the beginner's practice, but you can like specifically focus on almost anything. It could be you cleaning, it could be you doing anything, but it's more the focus, it's more the practice of like you sitting down and strictly focusing on your breathing. Whenever your thoughts start to kind of like drive you away from like your focus of your breathing, that's where you're starting to lose your meditation process. So just bringing yourself back to that, hey, look, you're just breathing in, you're breathing out. That's what meditation is. So I highly recommend you guys getting into that, at least trying that. Because doing it for at least 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes is usually where you'll actually start to be focusing more into the present, and your thoughts start to kind of like subside, if that makes sense. That's a great practice. I appreciate you sharing that, Scopes. And Pike, what do you have for us?
What really helped me was, well, first of all, it was realizing how strong we actually are. Like, humanity as a general, right? I mean, the things if we look at our history, that we were capable of, right? I mean, think about it. We fought saber-toothed tigers with sticks. Right?
Yeah, they were on the grind.
Yes, absolutely. And I was like, bro, they weren't so different. If my grand whatever father was able to kill a tiger with a stick, right, and eat its meat, I was like, I'm not weak. I have potential. I'm actually strong. And what I did afterwards was I got a nature with this potential, right? So I was like, cold showers, right? I did martial arts. I signed up for a Muay Thai gym. I did stuff, right? Camping, going outside, jumping into the cold water in winter or something. And the more I did that, it was funny because the more ashamed I was to actually relapse, because I was like, damn, you actually ruined it, Pipe, because now you know what you're capable of, right?
Right.
You're able to do things you thought that no one can ever do. So who are you to relapse now? I mean, you have the strength. You have no excuse anymore. You can't justify it to yourself. And this helped me.
Word, bro. That's very, very well said. Very well said, man. Shoot, that's a great way to look at it, man. Honestly, like, hey, look, our ancestors were able to do all this stuff physically. Like, why can't we handling our actions and handle our, I guess, our thought process from, from straying away and just, feeding into our pleasures. You know what I mean? So I 100% agree with you on that. That's a great way to think. I guess the last question would be, is what's next from here? I mean, whether it be you guys, whether it be anyone in the audience that wants to say it in the chat, or anyone from the live stream. What's next from here is in like for your journey, for your self-growth journey, for Nofap, like what exactly is your next step? So what do you think you need to do? What do you think you need to change or upgrade in order to make your journey like pretty beneficial?
Well, I think the only thing that's the most crucial point for me, I would say, is self-love. I think I think that's what it is for me, because I about Meech, the guy who in your like live stream said he doesn't feel any confidence, right?
Right.
I still make the mistake to this day. I do pretty often. I think that all of this I'm doing for the outside, right? All of this I'm doing for how will people look at me? Will I be able to chat up a girl? Will I be able to find a wife? Will I be able to find friends? But then I have like those clarity moments, and I'm like, I'm doing this for myself. I love myself so much that I'm willing to abstain from all this stuff. I'm willing to work out. I'm willing to harden my mind, because I'm worth of this, right? I'm worth to treat myself as a person that I love. And this is what I will be working on. I think I will struggle with this my whole life, but realizing that I do it for myself and just for myself, because I'm worthy of love by myself, is the most crucial point that I will be working on, inshallah.
That's what's up, bro. Respect, man. Respect. And Scopes, what about you?
What's next? Like Timo said in chat, improve at socializing. Absolutely. I want to focus on that a bunch. Like I've always been scared to talk in front of, even if it's virtually, people or to random people. Kind of just force myself in here.
Yeah, I hear
to
you.
just get the head start. But yeah, I absolutely agree with the doing the self-improvement only for yourself and not out of because my great grandma told me that I have bad grades or something. Like absolutely. What's next? Nofap day 1000.
Day 1000, yes sir, yes sir. Yeah. Big facts, bro, for real. Yeah, I gotta get there too, man. I'm trying to. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm trying to say, hey, man, I hit 1,000 days. Like honestly, I'm trying to get there for real. But yeah, that's what's up, bro. I thank y'all for sharing.